it'd be ignorant for me to say that this is the most welcome victory, as we've had a 9-game losing streak, and the longest in my coaching career, and certainly it's a very painful thing, in that our players have continued to fight through these losses, and 6 of those losses have, I want to say, all of them have been by 4 points or less, 2 in overtime. And even 2 of them, I would think Coach Marlin and Coach Richard would tell you that we played them very competitively at their places during that streak. Only Georgia State really put it on us one game. So these players did not quit on me. They continued to play hard, come to practice and compete. And one of the things that really stood out about this game was we shot the free throws very, very well. And we've lost some games because of free throw shooting. And so I was very happy to see us shoot that 22 of 26. Most of the time we're shooting in the mid to low 60s. And that has been a problem for us, and because otherwise I don't see much difference in the stat sheet. We did out-rebound them by 4, same number of turnovers. But that free throw shooting really stood out for me when I looked at the stat sheet, and I somewhat was recognizing that throughout the game. Very happy for our players, great group of young men, fun to work with, really good kids. So really excited and happy about this victory.
Coach, you went into the half up by 4, started that second half, had a big run. So what did you tell your team in the locker room at halftime that made them come out and kind of get that tempo and that momentum going?
Well, there has been some games in these losses that we sustained over the month of February, where we either had decent leads get cut down to 1 or 2 points in the last couple 2-3 minutes of half, or we might come out with a 4 or 5 point lead, and then all of a sudden it's evaporated in the first 3-4 minutes of the second half. And we've talked about that quite a bit, not just before this game, but in other games. And again, that was the emphasis, that if you want to win this game, we went in with a 4-point lead. I said that's really not much to talk about, to hang your hat on. I said we really got to come out and so to speak, punch them in the face and move on and try to separate ourselves. And fortunately for us, they did. We hit some big shots, and the ball bounced our way a little bit. So it was a good run for us to start that second half.
Nigel Pearson, obvious 7 of 8 from the floor. Obviously, your all-star game in and game out. But what did you see from some other guys tonight or this morning?
Well, I tell you what, the big gun for us tonight in terms of increasing his production was Eric Terry. Eric Terry is a young man. He's, I'm trying to get him. He just is such a meek person, and I'm trying to make him realize, look, continue to be that soft-spoken, very nice altar boy that you are, off the court, but on the court, understand that if you want to win games, you got to get, more physical, tougher in there, and so forth. And he really hit some big shots for us, and he's the difference in the game. Obviously, Nigel scoring 20 is not a surprise. Tyler, when he's hitting shots like he hit today, 4 out of 5, he's had some big games for us. And then, of course, I think Trey is the other double-digit scorer that really came on at the end with the free throws that he was able to knock down at the end. So, and one of the things I'll say is I've always told these guys, I say when we have 2 guys scoring well, we have a decent chance to win. If we have 3 guys scoring well and we play pretty good D, we will win. And I thought our defense was okay, not great, but pretty good. We held them at 40%. Unfortunately for us, we didn't shoot the ball very well, and I'm astounded that we only shot 37% and won the game. But again, I get to that free throws and maybe the offensive rebounds we had, and that's the difference in the game.
Your team clearly showed some glimpses of what they can do in this tournament if they believe in themselves. So how do you kind of motivate them moving forward and not look ahead necessarily to a team, who their opponent is, but what they can do themselves? Obviously, with you guys last year reaching the championship game, that it's anybody's ball game.
Well, it's, we have to play very tough. We have to play smart. You know, there was a time there where we shot 3 threes and they cut the lead to 4. And I mean, they were quick threes. And that was not in the game plan, not at that stage of the game. And so Nigel shot one of them. And here's my star player. I let him have it. I said, you can't get caught up in the moment. You got to play smart. So I think, you know, we played a lot of people today. I want to say 7 guys got quality minutes and another couple got 9 and 6. And, you know, we got a day off to rest. And you know, we're playing a very good basketball team in Louisiana. But they really did compete with Louisiana at Louisiana the second go-round. And so we'll just have to come out and compete and leave everything out on the table. I've been telling them that I don't think we're as talented as some other teams, but our heart can be bigger than those teams. And that's what I'm banking on, that we got bigger hearts than anybody we play.